Major League Baseball booty bump here.
Yeah.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep, and so I grabbed my phone and I flipped through it. And the Angels announced that Mike Trout lands on the DL.
Oh, no.
The injured reserve list.
Isn't he hitting like 180?
Something like that. I think I've seen in the last 4 years with a minimum at bat, he might be one of the lowest WAR guys in baseball.
What happened to him? Did he just get hurt all the time?
I think that's it. I think his body is just shot.
So he is.
They say he's got a
179, dude.
He's got a bone bruise on one of his knees, and he's supposed to only be out the minimum 10 days. At least that's what Ron Ice Washington says.
I love that guy.
Who doesn't love that guy?
I'd play for Ron Wash.
Without a doubt, I would play for Wash.
Trout's 33.
He's got 5 more years on that deal.
Wow.
$37 million a year.
Oof.
Guess what? He is the second highest paid player on the Angels.
First being Ohtani?
No. They don't owe Ohtani money.
Yeah, they traded. Wait, really? Oh, are they still paying what's his nuts? The third baseman?
They're paying Rendon?
Anthony Rendon.
Anthony Rendon.
He makes $38 million a year.
Oh my God. Does he even play?
No, he does not.
Plays less than Trout does.
That's $75 million on the book for 2 guys that don't play.
And he hates baseball.
Yeah, and Rendon says he hates baseball.
Didn't he retire?
No.
I guess you can't retire.
No,
if you're
don't
getting
retire.
that.
You want that money.
Oh my God.
But yeah, he played 5 games this year and then went on the DL. I think it just gets to the point, they moved Mike Trout over to right field to try to alleviate some of the pressure on him. The problem is they have Jorge Soler that they rescued from the Braves.
Can you tell me, like I'm for, why moving to right field is so much better than center field for injuries?
I think it's less ground to cover.
Okay.
And less, balls in the gap are technically your responsibility as a center fielder. I don't know.
Okay.
And the problem is they can't DH him full time because Jorge Soler is there and his defense is atrocious.
So Trout is 33. He hasn't done much of anything since 2020. 2022, he hit 40 home runs.
19, he won an MVP, his third.
Yeah, 3 MVPs. 2022, he hit 283 with 40 home runs and 80 ribs, and he only stole like one base. Did he used to steal? Like
he did, but I'd be interested in young, healthy Mike Trout in today's base stealing game.
Young, healthy Mike Trout, the most steals he had was 49. He was a 30-30 guy.
That's 49's not bad.
No, but he never really. I mean,
yeah.
After that was his second year, or that was basically his rookie year. After that, he stole over 30 twice in 10 seasons.
Yeah.
12 seasons. It's weird. I thought he was. I don't know.
Are we still
overrated?
Are we still in the Hall of Fame train with Mike Trout?
Oh boy, that's interesting.
I think the answer is yes.
He's like the greatest WAR ever or something like that.
Yeah, his career WAR is still like 80.
Guess his number of hits.
I'll bet you he has
15 seasons.
2,600 hits.
2345.
Wow. Bros, 1,667
Wow.
hits.
For some reason, I thought he was past 2.
How many home runs?
He has over 300 home runs.
He does have over 300, but does he have
356?
387.
387.
Yeah.
So he could get to 500.
Batting average 297. I don't know.
His batting average is 297, and he hasn't been good for 3 straight years.
Deal says the Angels need to go out and sign Joel Embiid.
Have 150 mil on the books for 3 players.
Basketball's Rendon and Trout.
There have been a lot of these. Who in sports has had the most absurd contract to injury?
In baseball or in
issue?
sports?
Sports. There have been a million of these. Embiid's a great one.
I mean, I think
Embiid
is kind of running the show here, but Ben Simmons isn't all injury.
He's not that great.
And he's not that great. He's just a first overall pick, and his isn't all
but he
physical
never
injury.
I mean, they call Anthony Davis street clothes for a reason.
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Kawhi.
Kawhi, big one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got a hot take on that. I got a hot take on that.
Chandler
a little bit,
Parsons
though.
was that way forever.
I mean, Trout, Griffey.
Well, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, maybe. Watson, maybe one.
That's number 1.
Guaranteed contract.
He's only played, I think we said yesterday.
He tore his Achilles, and then while recovering from the Achilles, tore it again.
Since they signed that deal, I think he's only started 19 games for them.
And thrown less touchdown passes.
I think is what it was.
I think it's like he has more games started than touchdowns.
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's take a look.
Let's take a little gander. You don't see it in the NFL a whole lot.
John Wall. Somebody said John Wall.
John Wall. Well, that's because when they shipped him out of town, he was like, "Cool, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore."
Okay.
But I'm not retiring.
Cleveland Browns.
I mean, outside of
he started Deshaun Watson has started 19 games. He is 9-10, and he has look at that, 19 times.
So technically I'm wrong. Outside of Deshaun Watson, you don't see it happen in the NFL because there aren't guaranteed contracts. That's why Deshaun's number one.
Yeah,
because he has a guaranteed contract.
Yeah,
baseball's guaranteed. Basketball's guaranteed. Griffey made a lot of money in Cincinnati for not playing a whole lot.
That's true. What did he make there?
He made more than he made in Seattle.
Griffey in Cincinnati's a good one.
That's a great one.
Trout's making more money though, so it might be Trout. I mean, I think the winner is Deshaun Watson with a slice of Joel Embiid. Embiid.
DeGrom in there at all?
No, because he's got 3 Cy Youngs or 2 Cy Youngs, and an outside Hall of Fame chance.
I feel like there's some pitchers out there for sure that have cashed in big and they just never play.
I think most of DeGrom's contracts are like 2 years, $85 million. He doesn't have the Garrett Cole 10-year, $350.
Buddy of mine texted me, but did you know that Ken Griffey's still getting paid by the Reds?
Yes, I do
know
that.
This?
I did know that.
He gets a like, I don't know, $3 or $4 million a year.
That's great.
Still.
That's great. Did you see he had the official winner pick from the Masters?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also,
great shot.
Since 2020,
It was a
Jacob
great shot.
DeGrom starts by season 12, 15, 11, 6, 3, 6.
And making $35 million a year.
He's not playing a lot for those contracts.
Somebody brought
DeGrom's a good one.
Josh Hamilton.
Hamilton's a great
Ooh.
one. I mean, anybody that got signed by the Angels around then.
I think you got the winner in Griffey. When you look at the amount of money that they've spent on him, that was $2,000. He went there for $7 million a year. They're still paying him, dude.
Rendon's pretty
25
spectacular
years.
though, because it was off the back of like one great season on a World Series run with the Nats, and then Griffey at least like.
But he didn't do anything in
Strasburg
Cincinnati.
No, I know he
the
did, but at least he. I don't want to say he earned it by what he did to get there, but Griffey had so much greatness before that, whereas Rendon, like, I don't know, feels like he had a couple good seasons, turned it into this thing, and then just
I
disappeared.
mean, I was going to support that. I was going to say Strasburg, he won the MVP, but Rendon was probably number 2 in the voting. And then I just realized Steven Strasburg made like $275 million off the Nationals and retired the next year.
And there's another one, Strasburg. He's always hurt.
And he's a World Series MVP
But he did,
and a number 1 overall pick.
He came through, but he was always hurt. I'm looking at Griffey in Cincinnati. Boy, I didn't know that he was better there than I remember.
His first like 2-3 years are still like 40 bombs.
Well, he hit 40.
We got to hit 600 somehow.
He hit 40 in 2000, and he was there longer than I remember too. But there was a year, 2005, 301 batting average, 35 bombs, 92 RBI.
Where did he finish on the MVP?
That year, he was 24th.
Dang, was that just
steroids?
The
Dude.
year of the greatest players? What year did you say?
2005.
2005. Oh, that's a Bonds year if I've ever heard one.
Hell yeah, it was.
Little baby Buck
I love
rooting
that.
on little.
Hell yeah, man.
No, it was actually Pujols that year.
Oh, okay. Oh, they won the World Series that year, I believe.
Pujols and Andrew Jones.
I believe they won the World Series that year.